This is a document that the right is now claiming absolves President Trump from any wrongdoing in the Epstein files. Here's what Pam Bondi had to say about it.
And this call, if it did happen, corroborates exactly what President Trump has said from the beginning. And I'm sure many of you, when you read that alleged FBI report, probably thought to yourself, wow, this really cracks our narrative.
Nope, quite the opposite, actually. Thanks to this part right here. Everyone has known he's been doing this.
That we've been trying to push about this president for many years. So we're moving on from that.
The fuck we are? What do you think the dog that hasn't barked means? Ain't the first time you made that claim either. Remember when Mike Johnson said this?
When he first heard the rumor, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. Who's an FBI informant to try to take this stuff down?
Trump is a narcissist. He loves to paint himself as a hero and be praised for it. If he had anything to do with taking down Jeffrey Epstein, he never would have shut the fuck up about it, which is exactly why Mike Johnson walked back what he said 3 days later.
The president was helpful in that. I don't know if I use the right terminology, but...
And now the only person in prison for these horrendous crimes is trying to get clemency from the president by clearing his name, which would either come in the form of a pardon or a commutation of her sentence. Remember, after an interview with the DOJ, they already moved her to a less restrictive and more comfortable prison.
Are you aware of Donald Trump ever engaging in sexual activity with an individual introduced to him by you or Jeffrey Epstein?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to silence.
And when asked whether or not the president was considering a pardon for her, this was the press secretary's response.
This is not something I've discussed with the president recently because, frankly, it's not a priority.
The correct answer would be no. In the supposed phone call, he referred to Maxwell as evil. But remember, he also said this about her.
I just wish her well, frankly. I've met her numerous times over the years, especially since I lived in Palm Beach, and I guess they lived in Palm Beach.
You guess? Don't say it like you didn't know her very well.
But I wish her well, whatever it is.
We should also point out that you once said this.
If you're innocent, why are you taking the Fifth Amendment?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to silence.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
Though I'd like to answer that question, at least today, I'm going to have to assert my Fifth, Sixth, and 14th Amendment rights, sir.
When this alleged phone call took place, the investigation was already underway. Trump isn't informing anyone of anything. He is merely trying to get out in front of this, knowing that he will be asked to be a witness or potentially investigated as an accomplice. And could be something, could be nothing. The Trump organization coincidentally started making massive donations to the Palm Beach Police Foundation once the first investigation had concluded. So just to reiterate my stance, whether or not you believe Donald Trump participated is irrelevant. We have ample evidence to show that he knew what Jeffrey Epstein was doing and chose to do nothing about it. And MAGA, especially if you're a parent, I need you to think about that. What if something were to happen to your child? Not only what would you do to the person that did it, what about someone that knew and chose not to act?